Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out on this wonderful Monday morning. I know you're all busy, and it's very meaningful that you took the time to come and celebrate with us today. This is a big day for us. There's a lot of people that I want to thank. I'm going to start, though, with the people that work for Wes here every day. Can you stand, guys and gals? Thank you. I'll talk a little bit more about the work that we do. My name's Greg Geist. I'm the Director of Water Environment Services here at Clackamas County. I want to thank you for supporting our mission, which is to support the economy and clean rivers and streams and public health. The project that we're going to be breaking ground on today does that. We're a fast-growing community, and we need projects like this and more of them in order to accommodate that growth. These public infrastructure projects are vital to our economy and to our community. I just actually came back I was lucky enough to go to Rome, Italy last week. I just flew in last night, so I'm about 9 hours behind all of y'all. But I did a guided tour of the Forum and the Colosseum. And what do they talk about? Sure, they talk about the buildings and the history, but they talk a lot about the infrastructure that the Romans built. The Cloaca Maximus, they call it. It's over 2,000 years old, and it's beneath the Forum, and it's what allowed the city of Rome to become the empire that it was. And it just really reinforced for me the importance of the work that we do. It may not be sexy today, but tomorrow the historians are going to think this is great stuff. So I want to thank the cities we serve. I see folks from Oregon City, West Linn, Happy Valley, Gladstone, Johnson City, Milwaukie. We serve 165,000 customers, growing quickly, and that's why we need projects like what you're going to see us breaking ground on today. I also want to thank the elected officials that are here today. I know we have all of our board. If you want to stand up, and we have some Oregon City commissioners and West Linn council people. Thank you so much. We're going to have 4 speakers today, myself, Chair Bernard, Linn Chicoine, and Greg DiLoretto. Greg is the vice chair of the West Advisory Committee that we formed about a year ago now. It's 16 members strong. We have an incredible bunch of people. So the folks on the West Advisory Committee, can you stand up? Thank you. They are vital to what we do as far as giving us advice on our budget, on our rules, on our regulations, and they even get their hands dirty once in a while. I know a few of the advisory committee members were on our down the river cleanup last weekend, and we had a great time picking up trash and getting to know each other better. I see several members of the business community that are here today. Thank you so much. Also, Oregon Energy Trust, thank you for being here. Yeah. So the thing about Rome, it's a legacy that we're creating, and at West we're committed to creating a legacy for today, and for our communities, and for the children of the children that we serve. The things that we do underground here are the foundation of a modern society. It's stuff like this. It's drinking water treatment, sewage treatment, and roads. That's what separates us from the third world. So thank you for supporting us, and thank you for being here today. And with that, I will introduce Chair Jim Bernard.
I don't think Greg was suggesting that we become an empire, however. And the other thing that was made Rome great was cooperation, working together to resolve problems and creating solutions. And that's something we can do. I was born and raised in Milwaukie, right on the Willamette River, and I can tell you that the Willamette is very different today than it was when I was a kid. it stunk pretty bad, and there were dead eels all over the place, and the carp fishing was great off the dock in Milwaukie. But this soil solids handling project, by the way, I was told today how many tons of dirt was hauled away from this hole over here. I don't know how long they've been doing this, but I could have done this in a day for half the price. How much? 14,000 cubic yards of dirt was pulled out of that hole. And it was crappy stuff, so they had to, that's no pun there. It had to be hauled away. But anyway, this project really helps secure the Performance Clackamas goals of growing a vibrant economy, building a strong infrastructure, ensuring safe, healthy, and secure communities, honoring, utilizing, investing in our natural resources, and building public trust. I think that's key, and that this project just screams Performance Clackamas. From the beginning of this project, Wes has been committed to being inclusive and transparent. I had an opportunity to attend a number of community meetings where people took tours. You know, when you flush the toilet, you don't think about what happens after that. And of course, all these guys do. But their job is to clean it up and send it back to the river many times better than it was when I went in there. Nothing against the water service providers. This project really, I think that if you look at the awards that Wes has gotten recently, you know that this is a well-run organization with a great team of people working to get the job done. And I thought it was in the utility. This summer, Wes was honored with Utility of the Future Today Award by the Consortium of National Organizations, including the National Association of Clean Water Agencies. Not only that, but members got Operators of the Year, Woman of the Year, and Individual of the Year were all awards to West staff. And I'm wondering why the French Foreign Legion Award, you guys didn't get that. But, you know, hopefully it'll be many, many years before we have to do another project like this. But that's going to take a partnership of resolving I&I. If we can do that, we can slow it down. And I was just speaking to somebody about resolving I&I, and it's a very difficult thing to solve. You think you got it, and it just comes somewhere else. But that's something we got to do. We got to do that together, because we can save the future expenses if we try to address that problem. But I look forward to, I don't know if you guys, how long you guys have all been here, but if you were here the last investment and were underground at that huge tunnel, a place I would not want to be today, it's an amazing project. This whole piece of property, if you drive by it on the I-205, it looks like just a small little plant. And then you come back here and you can see all the great work that's being done. And again, that's thanks to the people who really do the work. It's not him. It's you guys. You guys in the yellow vests. Because without you, nothing would get done. So thank you all very much. And I don't know who's up next. Are you the guy? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim, I think. Next, I want to introduce Linn Chicoine. Linn is our capital program manager. I had the luck and pleasure of being able to hire her away from CH2M Hill Engineers a couple years ago, and she has done a fantastic job, not only with this project, but the refurbishment projects that's going on at our Kellogg facility, are putting together a 5 and even a 10-year capital improvement plan. She's taken our engineering group from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, 2 years. She's done a fabulous job, and she's taken this project from what was originally estimated at 57 million down to 33. So bravo, Lynn, and thank you. Come on up.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I want to mention that in addition to overseeing the capital program, I have been the PM on this project, the project manager, and it's pretty rewarding to see it go to construction. I'd like to add my thanks to those of you who have supported this project, including Chair Bernard and the board, and for their interest and support during the design of this project. I'd also like to recognize Wes Engineering staff, especially Jeff Stollard, who's been my right-hand man through all of this, and Wes Operations and Maintenance staff for their hard work during the design of the solids project. I also want to recognize our partners. Jacobs used to be CH2M Hill Engineering, our design consultant, Portland Engineering, who's doing instrumentation control, and Winterbrook Planning. Then our construction contractor just joined us, James W. Fowler. And so what you're going to see take shape over the next couple of years is a result of the collaborative efforts of these people, of Wes and our consultants. So detailed planning for this project started about just under 3 years ago when I joined the county. We were tasked with providing solids handling capacity for the service area for the next 20 years. We began with a concept that was put forth in 2008, and we transformed it into a project that provides value for our ratepayers while meeting the project objective of providing capacity. In the process, we saved an estimated $20 million, as Greg mentioned, in construction costs. And we're providing a facility that's going to be efficient to operate, and so continuing to save ratepayer dollars year in and year out. So the facilities we're constructing here reflect our vision for the future of the Tri-City facility, and I'll go through some of the project features. The project includes, of course, a 1.3 million gallon anaerobic digester, which in addition to capacity here at Tri-Cities provides much needed redundancy. Its construction allows us to provide maintenance on our equipment. We get to take a tank down so we can work on the other equipment, still have capacity, so we can reliably produce high quality biosolids. We recycle these biosolids as fertilizer on fields in Central Oregon. The project will include a state-of-the-art dewatering system that extracts excess water from the digested biosolids before we haul it over to Central Oregon. That continues to save us millions of dollars in hauling costs, of course, not hauling water, and provides flexibility in our land application program. We've provided storage throughout the project that will give us operational flexibility, and it's going to allow us to accommodate disruptions in hauling, such as ice on I-84 or more recently fires that closed down the highway. We've added a truck scale that allows our drivers to dial in exactly how much to load the trucks, so that when they pull out of Tri-Cities, they've got full trucks, and that reduces the number of trips to Central Oregon. In addition, we're updating our existing digesters so they operate most efficiently, and that increases methane gas production. Methane gas is a product of anaerobic digestion, and we'll use that methane to make power and heat with a new 600 kilowatt engine generator. And when operating at full capacity, that generator will provide almost half the power required here to operate Tri-Cities, and it'll provide heat for the digestion process and space heat for the whole new solids complex, the administration building, and the lab. So we've got a couple exciting years ahead of us during construction. While we make this project a reality, it'll be really fun to watch, and I commit to you that we will continue our stewardship of ratepayer dollars as we bring this project to reality. So with that, Greg, do you want to introduce the other Greg? Okay.
Thank you, Lynn. So we are very fortunate to have a real luminary in our field. Yes, I said luminary. In the form of Greg DiLoretto, who's the vice chair of our West Advisory Committee. Greg is a former CEO of Tualatin Valley Water District, also the president of the American Society of Civil Engineers, and is currently the chair of the American Society of Civil Engineers Committee on America's Infrastructure, where he goes all over the country preaching the gospel on projects a lot like this and the importance of them. So thank you. Welcome, Greg.
Pass the collection. Well, thank you. Thank you, Greg. As mentioned, I'm vice chair of the committee. I'm a resident of West Linn for 34 years. Lived there actually most of my adult life. So on behalf of the West Advisory Committee Chair Diana Helm and the committee, I am pleased to participate with you today on this special occasion. And Greg mentioned, I'm privileged to serve on this committee and participate in helping West provide surface water and wastewater services to us, its customers. And a note about the committee, we are a volunteer committee. We're comprised of ratepayers, members of the business community, the development community, environmental groups, and elected officials from the various communities in the West service area. And several of our members have extensive experience or backgrounds in watershed management, watershed health and restoration, wastewater treatment, and many other common areas of interest to West. Our committee meetings are open to the public, and they provide a forum for coordinating and learning about surface water and wastewater treatment. As mentioned, for me, I can relate my involvement on the committee to my service with ASCE, where I was the president in 2013 of the 150,000 member organization. Today, I also am a peer reviewer for the organization, and I'm invited to review public agencies around the country offering advice on management and organizational improvements they might make. As Greg mentioned, I also chair the Committee on America's Infrastructure, which is responsible for the report card on America's infrastructure, which includes wastewater. One thing that our research has found is that each American family is currently losing $3,400 per year in disposable income because of poorly functioning infrastructure. As Greg noted, as chair of the committee, I'm invited to speak around the country and the world to non-engineering groups about the need for infrastructure investment. And based on my experience as a peer reviewer, my work with public agencies here in Oregon, and speaking to groups on infrastructure investment, I believe that West is doing a much better job than the rest of our nation. As customers, we should be proud of that effort. And again, one of the ways that West is doing this is through the advisory committee, where we've already provided guidance on the budget development, new and revised rules and regulations, the collection system master plan, and surface water management issues. And we're just getting started. We've only been into existence for a little over a year. West is making the necessary investments that preserve and enhance our quality of life and our economic prosperity. What we are really celebrating today is how West is strengthening our position to best serve its customers and protect our shared environment. So thank you for allowing me to make a few remarks, and I'll turn the podium back over to Greg.
Almost done. Last, I just wanted to say thank you for all coming out, and I hope to see you here in 2020 when we do the ribbon cutting. All right.